Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Phage!
It's your mommy's favorite boy, Phage. P to the H to the A to the G to the E. Boy, sick on this one.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So the show is called Nigerian Dream, and I don't think we'll be doing justice to the memory of the people who fought for our country, Nigeria, if we just start the show like that. So especially our first Governor General, Nnamdi Azikiwe, who I'm dressed as. So I would like for all of us to rise for the national anthem. Yeah, let's start the show on a really good note. Who agrees with me? Let's do that. So let's rise for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria real quick. Thank you. Yes. I mean, a man can only wish. But actually, let me not lie. I actually, many of you might know, some of you know me, some of you don't really know me. So let me just start off by saying I'm not one of those comedians that will come and start talking bad about Nigeria. I believe in a new Nigeria. I believe in Nigeria where things work, where there's good electricity, where ASU will not go on strike. Your 4 years in university is 4 years. I believe in Nigeria where there are good roads, police won't harass you, healthcare is on point. It's just that Nigeria is not here. It's in Canada, so you have to do yourself the favor of, jackpot very soon. Some people are meant to be in this hall this evening. I invited them. They traveled last week. Yeah, so Canada and UK have taken my love. They have also taken my customers. So yeah. But you be hearing things like believing in Nigeria. This guy, Timi Dakolo, that sang, well, all we have, we defend our land. His family is in the UK. Yes. He's patriotic from afar. Yeah. Chances are that if you check the phone of the person beside you, they have IELTS pass questions there. Yes. They are planning to run. Just snap picture with them while you can now. Because by next week, they will not tell you they won't even tell you, they'll just appear. When you now ask them, they'll not say, nah, God, not my God. Now, God works in mysterious ways, but that's not you. I mean, it will just be, everybody's just trying to elope. Everybody's just trying to get away. And sometimes I don't really blame them because, next week, Nigeria is going to be 63 years. Independence. So next Saturday, right? The 1st of October. That's something you should clap for. 63, yeah. Or 62. What difference does it make? But Nigeria is going to be 62 next week. And if you don't know, the retirement age in Nigeria is 60. So, statistically speaking, the country will not retire. And if you think about it, Nigeria is actually acting her age. She's behaving like a retired person. When you retire, you start to do anyhow. No offense, mommy and daddy. So when you retire, you start to act certain ways. When you retire, your children want to spend less time with you. Yeah. That's why most of you are trying to run. When you retire, you start helping other people's children. We are doing so for Niger Republic, giving advice on security to Liberia, You just start doing anyhow, When you retire, you start to rely on past glory. You start saying, back in the day. What's happening now? You don't know, but it's back in the day. Then when you retire, you start earning pension. I mean, Abacha is doing that for us. He sends us money every now and then. Just, feel free, do your thing. And that man has tried for us. So I don't say he stole, but he took for our future. It's an investment. But my perception of things generally in life is shaped by what I was exposed to growing up, what the kind of things I watched, the kind of things I saw. And it is not just for me, it's for everybody, right? When I was younger, I had many plans for my life, many plans. I was a very, a wild thinker. One of my ambitions in life as a child, when I was 7, was to be a princess. Yeah. Not a queen, not a king, not a prince, a princess. Now you won't blame me. I watched the movie Princess Diaries, right? I enjoyed the movie. Many of you have seen that movie, right? Genovia, very nice movie. I like the way they were treating Princess. She had fleet of cars. She wore a tiara, nice pink dresses, all those things. I wanted that life. Like, I really wanted it. But as you can see, I'm not really doing that princess work. It's not my fault, but Nigeria made me realize that at that time, that was not a possible dream. But now it's 2022. I mean, look at James Brown. He's like, hey, darling. It's your girl, James Brown, the princess of Africa. Full continent. Makes no sense. Just, I gave up on that dream of being a princess. I then also had a dream, an ambition of being a bishop. My family members know this one very well because certain people in my family believe that there's a calling of God upon my life. Right now, I'm not saying I will not pick the call, but can they just wait a couple of years? I'm still in the world. I'm just kidding, yeah. But no, the call, I will answer the call at some point. I mean, I'm already answering this part of the call because after this show now, we'll collect offering, so yeah. But I mean, I thought I was going to be a bishop, and the whole back and forth, I give my life to Christ, I collect it back, I give my life to Christ, I collect it back, it was not really working out, so I'm with it for now, yeah. But if I knew, I would have just waited a little bit. Because this is 2022. APC is not paying people to be bishops. If only I knew, I would have been patient a little bit. Made money this election period. Another party will pick me as vice presidential candidate. Who knows? So along the line, I had several dreams. And my parents allowed me dream wild. Like, I'm the last child, so they didn't have much to lose. They succeeded with 3 others. I mean, this one, if you lost, big deal. So after the whole bishop thing, at a point in my life, I wanted to be a mechanic and a poet. I'm serious. Mechanic and a poet. I was not bad. There was a guy in my class who wanted to be the Holy Spirit. Not the Holy Spirit. So you see that there were people who were terrible. I wasn't really bad. So I wanted to be a mechanic and a poet. The mechanic part, there's a backstory. So at that time, our cars used to spoil a lot. So we spent a lot of time at the mechanic workshop, my mom and I. And my mom encouraged me. So now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, maybe she was just tired of paying mechanics. She was like, okay, I have a son. Let him just get. So she indulged me. I was learning. I just love the smell of petrol and engine oil. Like, there's just something it did to me. I gave up on that dream of being, thank God. Gave up on that dream because I would disappoint people. I know myself. So I gave up on the dream of being a mechanic and a poet. But too soon. If I had just waited a little bit, it's 2022. Look at Portable. He may not be a mechanic, but he looks like it. I mean, if you even look closely, zoom in, it sort of looks like a knocked engine. But as for poets, I mean, God, I beg you. That's poetry in motion. I mean, that's poetry in motion. So, I gave up on all those dreams because, I was exposed to a lot of this. But one thing I'm thankful for is my parents never allowed us watch Nollywood movies, right? Because, look at my ambitions. If I watch Nollywood movie, I'll be wicked mother-in-law, native doctor, ritualist. The list is endless. I'll be somebody finding Igwe in the palace. I'll just be doing anything. anything. But so actually, as many of you would know, this was never my original plan for my life. Yeah. I'm an actual graduate. Yeah. Whew. I'm a graduate of one of the best universities in Nigeria. Yeah. I won't mention the name because Covenant University does not pay me for adverts, but yeah. I finished with a 2-1 in Industrial Relations and Human Resource Management. I'm a certified member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. I have a diploma in leadership. I'm currently working on my master's degree in the University of Lagos in diplomacy and strategic studies. So you see my CV is full. Yeah. This is not really a joke, it's a cry for help. Yeah, so that's my CV. I can multitask. I have a wide range of experience. And just fun fact, if you look somewhere towards the end, I interned in the National Assembly. That's why I started my comedy career. Yeah. But I told you I'm obviously I'm a HR, I'm meant to be a HR professional. Like emphasis on meant to be. Meant to be a HR professional. And it's really hard. It's 2 pages, yeah. That activities is just really a show of all my failures in life, but yeah. So, Baba, you take it down now. They're looking at me like I'm a failure. HR in the house, please do the needful. Yeah. So, I mean, my problem now is I'm an underemployed human resource graduate. Any interview I go for, I look unserious. Like, I put myself in interviewer shoes and I know this person is not employing me. Even I won't employ me. But now this is my problem with HR people. And some of you are in the house today, so I just want to say, off the cuff, God will judge all of you. Yeah, because the kind of questions here at HR interviews is like they're trying to undermine you as a person. You that apply for work, you go for interview. You start asking you, what's your salary expectation? Okay, hunger won't kill me. That's why I applied. If I tell you my family problem, can you afford it? You tell me I'm greedy. You think that's bad. They will not start asking other very mundane questions. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Canada. That's where I see myself. I'm applying for this job for proof of funds. You think I like your company? Okay, if we even look very well, you are applying for the work. One of them even pushed further. I said, where do you see yourself in, your short-term career goals? I said, okay, in your job. You studied HR, I studied HR. You will go to Canada, I will take your job. No, just be asking you very, very, the most annoying one. Oh, God. HR people, can you work under pressure? Okay, you want to kill somebody. First of all, thank you for the question, but I find that question very offensive. I mean, I'm a Lagosian. I live after Ajah where there's almost no road. I spent 3 hours to get here. I know the color of pressure. Look, I was born in 96 when Abacha was head of state in one health center in Akwa Ibom, where they pronounce junction instead of junction. When they say bowl, they say bowel. The nurses were shouting push in a language I didn't understand. Most importantly, Buhari is my president. I know pressure. Are you employing me or not? No. I want to kill somebody. And like many of you, apply for work, it doesn't work out. Even if it works out, the next thing actually, when you get job in Nigeria now, when you get a job, you work for a while, you jackpot. Yeah, so now the problem now with jackpot is the stupid questions you face during HR interview follow you to the visa interview. I'm angry. You go and apply for visa. They will not ask you, sir, why do you want to leave Nigeria? Okay, they watch news. When they posted you here, did you like it? Fun fact, even the president does not really like it here. Let's not lie to ourselves. In American movies, when aliens always come visit America, the first place they always go to is Washington, D.C. They go straight to the White House. Take me to your leader. Make they try for Abuja. Take me to your leader. We say if we define them. His vice president, you will meet there. That one said he might be going to pay condolence somewhere. So, you know. But just, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Some of them we won't tell you, honestly, this is a safe space. If you ever hear safe space, run. If you go, will you come back? I will not run. I will escape. I will flee for my life. Here's my problem, right? My love for Nigeria, and many people don't understand this, and this is one of the things that informed why I called this show The Nigerian Dream, stems from my love for traveling, right? Growing up as a child, we traveled a lot. So currently, as a current count, I've been to about 20 Nigerian states and still counting. I was born in Akwa Ibom, did my primary school in Rivers, secondary school in Kwara, university in Ogun, did my youth service in Lagos. I shuttled between Lagos and Abuja. I'm a very traveled person. Yeah, very traveled person. You think that 20 is a big deal? My dad has done 35. Yeah. He was not a military man. Civil service, no post-term. He's not a lorry driver. The guy just a waka, basically. So the only state he hasn't been to is Taraba, but I really don't know what's happening there. So it makes sense why he has not gone. But traveling across Nigeria, I noticed something. Every state in Nigeria has a slogan, right? We all know that. States in Nigeria have slogans. And here's my issue with the slogans. They make sense most of the time. Like, if you think about some slogans and some states, they match, you know? It's not like Benue State. Benue State is called the fruit basket of the nation. Makes sense. They have yam, they have fish, they have lots of fruits, arable land for agriculture. So it makes sense, right? Kogi State is called the Confluence State. Makes sense because River Niger and River Benue meet in Lokoja. Fine. Enugu State is called the Coal City State. Huge deposits of coal. It makes sense. But now here's my issue. I think they need to start updating it to the current realities of the states. When you hear the state Borno, what comes to your mind? Boko Haram, terrorism, bomb blast. The slogan of Borno State, home of peace. How? You know, travel to some other states, you go to a state like Zamfara. Zamfara state slogan, famine is our pride. They should put in brackets, if only bandits will allow us. You know, some other states. Okay, let's try some other states, right? Go to a state like Abia State. Let's come down south. Abia State. When you hear Abia, apart from fake goods, what comes to your mind? So see, Abia as a state has a history of very interesting governors. The current one was asked on national television, what are your achievements as governor? He said, when women give birth, we give them 500 naira. He pressed further. What other achievements have you had? In the past 6 years, he has built one flyover. Not that he built it in 1 year, he built it over 6 years. The same guy, they asked him, what other things have you done? He said, nah, Abba has Chicken Republic, they have Domino's, they have cinema. The slogan for Abia State is God's own state. Not my God. Because I know Yahweh's here, like, God forbid. Don't add me in this nonsense. No, this state, it's annoying. Just give the states any name. The most daring one, Jigawa State. Who knows anything about Jigawa State here? Capital of Jigawa State? If not for states and capital, you will not know. Apart from my dad, who has been to Jigawa? Nobody. Guess what? Even the governor of Jigawa State does not stay in Jigawa State. He's in Abuja most of the time. Guess what the slogan of Jigawa State is? The New World. Sounds new to you, right? Yeah, because no one is going there. It's just arid lands with sun and cattle. The most interesting has to be Niger State. If you Google electricity in Niger State right now, just take your, no, after. Just Google electricity in Niger State. You find out the Niger State government, the government house, NEPA cut their lights. Because the government and some other ministries were owing 1.2 billion naira in NEPA bill. The slogan for Niger State, the power state. If it's not manpower, what are they talking about? It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. So here's my problem. You see, I've seen the problem with all these states, and I mean, I travel around a lot. I'm underemployed, so I'm very observant. Yeah, you don't know where you find the next war or phone to steal. But so the thing is, I observe a lot, right? And when I observe things, I try to, imagine a world where things were different. I don't know how many of you drive a lot, right? I mean, I used to. And when I go around, I notice there are some guys outside who direct you on how to park your vehicles. Now, my problem is, what is the career progression in this field? Because, I mean, if you're abroad, you're a valet, right? A valet will help you park your vehicle, hope that he gets tips. Maybe hope that from there, he has enough money to buy a car for an Uber, then from the Uber, buy a fleet of cars or a fleet of buses, start his own transport company. Before you know it, he has started an airline. From there, he's reaching for space. That is the American dream. Aim for anything. So I'm trying to imagine those guys who direct you on how to park, what is their own career progression? So somewhere now, Wasiu is like, I go this place, go park 1 or 2 motor. When I park them, I go park like 5 to 60 motor. I'll use that money, buy Chelsea, Pelebe, just dey all right. When I dey all right, I go take 1 or 2. When I take 1 or 2, I drag. I go meet Sulia, I go to Sulia. From that parking, what they do, I will enter motor park, become conductor. For conductor, I go graduate with driver. For driver, I will be chamo for the motor park. Everybody go, they hear me, chamo. For this chamo, when they hear me, I'll come be chairman for many motor park. I'll come join National. When I join National, Olo almost go see me. When Olo almost see me, he will carry me meet Jagaban. When he carry me Jagaban, I'll come governor for Osun State. When I come governor for Osun State, I'll come and shout, So, you don't blame the guy. In Nigeria today, that is a very valid aspiration. If you think about it, that is his own Nigerian dream. From motor park today to the corridor spa tomorrow. That's his own dream. Well, now here's my problem with these guys that direct you how to park your car. If you do your research when you're parking, you find that these guys don't know anything about the vehicle. That's why when you're parking your car that you worked hard for, you start hearing, Madam, reverse back, reverse back. Reverse back, reverse back. For those of you that are, have the fortunate experience of education, if you're reversing, which direction do you go? Can you reverse left? You will leave them after a while. They start saying things as if they're selling meat. Madam, cut your hand, cut your hand. Cut and full, cut and full. Wasiu, if I take your instructions word for word, I'll be armless by the time I'm parking this car. I had one last week that bust my head. Madam, come back like say they go front. Make it make sense. Now you give them a little bit of time. Let's start to sexualize parking a car. How did we get here? You start hearing, Madam, turn your yash, turn your yash. You didn't buy a drink for her? You didn't ask her name? You're already, what? Exercise some patience here. That's somebody's wife. Very soon, you give her time. You hear, Madam, Oga, chook your head. What is happening? Yeah. How did we get here? Tell me, I was parking a car 1 minute. The next minute, I'm feeling defiled. How? You give them some more time. I had one. Madam, come now. Come. You dey fear? I dey here for you. Come. Wasiu! How did we get here? So now you think that this problem with careers end in, hacking. There's an industry in Nigeria I love so much. They're doing so well for us, selling our arenas worldwide, winning global awards, topping charts. And those are, our musicians, our artists. They give us a glimmer of hope most of the time, right? But here's my advice for you. Listen to their lyrics at your own risk. Now, the melody is good. The beat is good. But the lyrics? I'll give you an example. One of your favorites, Davido, sang in the song D&G, and I quote, "When I look into your eyes, all I see is your waist." What sort of error due to parallax does this guy have that somehow the girl is deformed and her eyes and her waist are meeting at a singular point? You might excuse it and say, okay, maybe he's smoking too much, so now in his eye the girl has high waist. But I mean, what's all this? So you now assume that, okay, maybe it's a problem of what Davido is smoking. But now the younger boys are doing it too. There's this young man called Rema. First off, Rema hardly ever has lyrics. That's why you can't do a Rema song in karaoke. Because nobody can really spell Pangana Mishim. Nobody. Nobody. It's like they just drop a plate, whatever sound he makes, that's it. So the one time Rema decided to have lyrics, he said, and I quote, "Amaka body sweet pass hot eba." So basically, Amaka is... What is that? First off, eba is an accompaniment to soup. Nobody can categorically tell me what eba tastes like, let alone hot eba. Remember, you are a cultist. Because how are you eating soup? You abandon the pomo, abandon the shaki, abandon the roundabout, abandon bokoto, all the nice things that make soup, and you are comparing a beautiful lady to eba. How? So you ignore him. Okay, maybe it might be a thing of whatever he's smoking. No, I think it ends with the men. No. Now see, Tenny is my favorite musician most of the time. Most of the time when she's writing for other people, I love her. The minute she's writing for herself, wahala. Tenny said in the song Billionaire, one of my favorite Tenny songs, Billionaire. She goes, "I want to make love on the moon, dancing to my tunes." Then she asks a question, "Is it too much?" I answer, yes, it's too much. Because I don't know if people know the history of space travel. If Tenny makes it to the moon, she'll be one of the few Africans, let alone African women, on the moon. In fact, you'll be the first Nigerian, male or female, on the moon. Something Chimamanda would like. And now, you reach the moon, and your only ambition is to make love. Not just make love, dancing to your tunes. Something that Jeff Bezos is dying to do. Reach space. Richard Branson is killing himself to get to space. Then he wants to reach there and make love. This is exactly why they will never take Nigeria serious. We don't have our priorities right. Now, my problem is not her getting to space. She can get there. My problem is not her making love in space. It's good for research. Now, the problem is the song she would do it too. Because if you know anything about space travel, on the moon, in space, there's no gravity. So the song has to be in slow motion. So now, Tenny is in space, floating, trying to make love to a guy that's also floating. The only song that can play is Uyomeyo. So Tenny's like, Uyomeyo. And the guy's supposed to be like, Uyomeyo. No! Tenny, no now. So now many of you thought that this joke was going to end up somewhere around weight 9. Can never. Because is space. Everybody's weightless. Hooray for equality. Something we all love to hear. Everybody's equal in space. But I mean, artists are just very crazy people because they do a lot of things that, don't really add up. When a Nigerian artist blows, who notices? They start wearing winter clothing in our Lagos heat. Tell me why when they call is coming to a hotel with a sweatshirt, a winter jacket, he still carry white towel. So you knew you will sweat. Why are you stressing? Heat washes will kill you. It's annoying. So we just ignore what they wear because even now if you start looking at what Shaka and Burna Boy wear, you will run mad. So, there are now other things they do that don't really add up. When you go for shows, Dirty December, you buy your tickets, you go to the show. A Nigerian artist will tell you that his show starts at 7. You get there at 7. Now, this guy shows up on stage at 2 a.m. and starts shouting, "Are you ready now? Are you ready now? Are you ready now?" Okay. I bought tickets, defied traffic, came all the way to your venue, struggled to find where to park. Somebody was shouting at me, "Turn your yash, turn your yash." And I eventually parked my vehicle, and you're asking me at 2 in the morning if I am ready. Buying tickets was ready enough. Did you miss the sign? Okay, you can ignore that. Okay, maybe he's not really, time management is not his favorite skill. There are lots of other attitudes that they have that don't make sense. You pay for a show, the artist starts singing, and it's like, "I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay, I paid you to sing. I am meant to hear you, not the other way around. Who is going to refund me my money for the performance I've done with you? I'm not in your band. If I sing it too much, you will sue me for royalties. Don't be doing anyhow." Now the worst one, there's this attitude that whiskey that started. You're on your own in a hotel dancing in the crowd, and this son of a man picks up a bottle of water and starts throwing water on you. So we start going for show with raincoats. What's this? Reverend Father Whiskey, what next? We'll hide our small boys from you. What's the problem? Don't be doing anyhow. Yeah. It's gonna be lit. I can ignore all this, ignore all the charades of the music industry. But there's one I take dearly to my heart. And this is a passionate call to the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. They need to regulate this industry. And it's the strip industry. Yes, strippers. Yeah. Don't ask me what I was doing there. This work is like academia. You have to be in the field researching. So, December last year, a friend of mine was at a popular strip club in Lagos. I won't mention the name because Silver Fox does not pay me for adverts. I was trying to get in. And the bouncer stops him because he's wearing an armless shirt. And I'm like, wow. In the kingdom of iniquity, they have rules and regulations. What? Okay. Now, this is an establishment where a majority of their employees don't wear clothes. I have a dress code. How? So I'm trying to imagine what exactly is the reason for doing that. Is that okay? They feel that when it's not time to pay, my friend can't really afford to pay, so my friend will now blend in with the dancers. No! What? You'll be hiding with them. It's never gonna happen. And then you just, try to understand what exactly is going on. And I did my research further, and I found out that Silver Fox actually flies in strippers from the United States of America to come and work. You heard me right. Expatriate strippers. So there is somebody right now at the Nigerian embassy in Atlanta applying for visa. They're going to ask her, what's the purpose of your trip? Business or pleasure? She'll be like, I'm in the business of pleasure. Depends how you look at it. It's business for me, it's pleasure for them. Pleasurable business. Ha ha ha. And guess what? They will grant her that visa. Now she comes to Nigeria. Mind you, in the strip club, they don't spray 200 naira notes anymore. Ahmadu Bello is shaking. You get there and it's 500, they are spraying. So now the Azikiwe in the afterlife is resting. His face is just slapping, firing bomb everywhere. This is not what he died for. What happened to being patriotic? What happened to buying Niger to go to Naira? What happened to all the local bomb out there? Azikiwe says just slapping bomb. In the afterlife, he's having headache. For what? It's unfair. And I don't really blame these people for flying these people in, because if you ask the Nigerian shippers what their names are, you will run. I met one, her name is Purity. How are you here? Purity? Okay, I'm like, okay, Purity, go. What's your Oga's name? That one, Righteousness. What's going to be next? Peace and joy in the Holy Ghost? What's happening? I met one, what's your name? Miracle. I'm like, no, not what your doctor did to your body. Your name. Your name. And if you think about it, Nigerians have a way of giving people like very crazy names. I met a drug dealer once. His name was Innocent. So NDA, let's go catch this guy. What's your name? I'm Innocent. No. We caught you with drugs. Your name, Innocent. But you think about it, and like it makes zero sense. Like the way they do all this, like it doesn't add up at all. Like why are we? It's not even that one. If you move around in Lagos, you find people who have Filipino nannies. People are flying in nannies from the Philippines to take care of their children. So that nanny is coming to Nigeria for greener pastures. And you are running. Now my problem now is there's an entire state known for supplying the best nannies. It's not for my to hear Akwa Ibom. I was born there. But it just goes on, and you start wondering what exactly is going on in this country. The parking is bad, stripping is bad, artists are bad. What can now be right? And I found out that there are a lot of things that bring us together as a people. We form associations, yes, but really there are a handful of things that we like to do collectively that bring us together. One of which is the World Cup. Nigerians love their football, whether we like it or not. We love a good football match. That's why we all support the Super Eagles. I'm sure many of us are heartbroken that they're not making it to Qatar. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they make it. No, not hopefully. They have to make it next time. Because the next World Cup is hosted by the US, Mexico, and Canada. Jackpot. You just notice that Nigeria has passed through the group stage. They're in the round of 16, and there's no banana in the stadium again. They are probably playing for some mariachi band in Mexico on their way to Canada. How we go, I won't come back. My real country is calling me. But now, here's my thing, right? You know, hopefully, after the next World Cup, which is 2026, the next one is 2030. So let's hope FIFA decides to give Nigeria the rights to host the World Cup. You don't have a little faith? Nigeria can host the World Cup. Now, the problem is not that we can't host the World Cup. The problem is the problems we'll have when we host the World Cup. Yet it's like, they are going to do the opening ceremony in Abuja National Stadium. Everybody is ready. The fans are ready. Next thing, transformer blow. Oof. So now transformer blow, say, on Jen, you know that the local government chairman use the money for diesel to do party for pensioners. So now, they don't have diesel to run the jet. Like, okay, let's carry the World Cup out of Abuja. Let's try maybe Lagos. That's okay, let's take the World Cup to Agege Stadium. Argentina is going in their bus. Omonile and Akbere will block the bus. They block the bus, start fighting with Messi. Owomida, because he has not paid for Owo loading. So as they're going through this back and forth, Messi is giving up. So like, okay, maybe Agege is the problem. Let's go to Surulere. They're going to Surulere Stadium to play the match. Portugal is coming out. No see Ronaldo. Like, where's Ronaldo? You like that? The dry cleaner bought Ronaldo jersey. So they were bringing the extra jersey from Ikeja, and then Kai and Lasman hold the bike because bike is illegal and the guy was following one way. So as all this is going on, like, okay, maybe Lagos is the problem. Let's take the World Cup out of Lagos. Now that Brazil is on their way to Ikorodu. Because Ikorodu is not in Lagos. And as they're there, you hear that Oro has blocked the road. And they're demanding the head of Neymar because the king died. They have to give him a befitting burial. So they're like, okay, maybe the problem is the West. Let's take the World Cup elsewhere. You know, okay, they've gone to Benin to play the World Cup. You know that SARS has carried Pogba. Because he dyed his hair, they say it's flying color, he's again caught. They arrest Pogba. Pogba is now on TV in Crime Fighters explaining, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Then you say, okay, maybe the problem is, Benin. Let's try worry for a chance. You know that boys kidnap the referee. Because the blow nonsense in the match in Port Harcourt, they are sleep caught. So they have kidnapped referee, no referee to play the match. We now say, okay, let's just, try and finish this World Cup. In the end, now say, okay, let's play the final of the World Cup in Onitsha. They have played the World Cup finish, Italy wins, or you give Italy their trophy. You know that boy escaped from Aba, stole the World Cup, melted it as bling bling in Fino's music video. So like, okay, since we're in Aba, let's just enter. Since we're in Onitsha, let's enter Aba and see if you can buy another World Cup. You just see somebody else say, hey, yeah, World Cup is there. Which one you want? The one for the whole world, the one for Europe? So somehow, they will manage and actually change the World Cup. They buy a new one from some Nnamdi or somebody, and they bring it to the stadium. The year is 2030, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to present the World Cup, and he's like, and the World Cup falls, and I'll be in jail by then. Well, you guys have been an amazing audience. I love you.